Imagine being 15 years old. The world tells you to fit in, chase success, and compromise your values to get ahead. Now imagine standing against all of it and saying, "No, I choose Jesus." That's exactly what Saint Regina did. Today, September 7th, we honor a teenage girl from 3rd century France whose courage and love for Christ still inspire us. And her story isn't just history, it's about us, our choices, and how we live for Jesus today. Let's walk through Regina's life. We'll hear her story, reflect on what it means for us, and pray together, because her witness speaks powerfully to our struggles right now. Regina was born around the year 251 AD in France. Her family was not Christian, but something about Jesus' story captured her heart. Even as a child, Regina embraced her faith with joy. She prayed, she believed, and she stood out. Can you imagine being the only believer in your home? Maybe you know that feeling. Maybe you're the only one in your family who prays. Or maybe you're the only one at work or school who talks about Jesus. That's Regina, a young girl surrounded by unbelief, but glowing with faith. When Regina turned 15, her beauty caught the attention of Olybrius, a powerful Roman official. He offered her everything: wealth, comfort, status. But there was one catch: she'd have to give up her faith in Jesus. On the outside, it must have seemed like the perfect deal. But Regina saw deeper. She knew that no amount of gold or comfort could compare to Christ, and so she said those bold words, "I belong to Christ. I choose Jesus over everything else." Think about your life today. The world offers us deals all the time. Success at the cost of integrity, popularity at the cost of silence, comfort at the cost of compromise. Olybrius didn't take rejection well. He pressured her, threatened her, and tried everything to break her will. But Regina's joy never left her. Even in chains, she prayed. Even under threat, she smiled with peace. People watching her began to wonder, who gives her this strength? And some were drawn to Jesus because of her example. That's the power of witness. Sometimes the strongest sermon isn't preached with words, it's lived with courage. Think about your own life. Maybe people are watching how you live out your faith, at work, online, or at home. What message are they seeing? In the end, Regina was given one last chance. Wealth, comfort, safety, all if she'd renounced Jesus.
I am promised to Christ, my eternal bridegroom. Nothing can separate me from his love. I choose Jesus no matter what.
Romans 8:38-39 tells us, "Nothing in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus." Regina lived those words. On September 7th, around 286 AD, Regina gave her life for her faith. She was only 15, but her courage still echoes through history. So what does Regina's story mean for us? Age doesn't limit your faith. Regina was just 15, and her courage still inspires us today. Courage means choosing Jesus even when it costs you something. Prayer gives us strength. Regina's joy came from her closeness to Christ. Our witness matters. People notice when we live differently. Every generation has its Olybrius moments. For Regina, it was marriage to a Roman official. For us, it's pressure to stay quiet, temptation to compromise, or fear of being different. But the question is always the same. Will you choose Jesus over the world? Now I invite you. What does St. Regina's story mean to you today? How do you choose Christ in your daily life? Share in the comments. Your testimony could inspire someone else. And don't forget to subscribe for more saint stories and reflections that will strengthen your walk with Jesus. Remember, faith isn't about age or status. It's about choosing Christ, just like St. Regina did.